this opportunity to congratulate all the graduates and to wish them well, even as they start their career in this very esteemed Kenya Prison Service and as they serve our country. Your Excellency, sir, we have a few requests to make as the Ministry of Interior and National Administration. The first, Excellency, sir, we are facing a congestion problem within our prisons. We therefore request you, sir, in exercise of the powers conferred upon you by the Constitution of our country, regarding the power of mercy, to approve the request which is before you, so that we can have those that qualify for presidential pardon, whether they are serving short-term or long-term sentences, can be set free, and that will go a long way, Your Excellency, in decongesting our prisons. Secondly, Your Excellency, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, through your leadership and guidance, will be seeking further review of the Prisons Act at 90 of the laws of Kenya, as well as the prisons and correctional services policy of our country. And we request you to support us, even as which you chair, so that we create a policy framework in this sector, so that we can align it with the changing times regarding correctional services. Your Excellency, sir, thirdly, we request you to facilitate the ongoing engagement between the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and the ministry responsible for lands, fiscal planning, housing, and urban development, so that we can get title deeds for our various prison land parcels that do not have title deed, and some of this land has been encroached on by land grabbers, and therefore we request you, sir, to facilitate that ongoing engagement under your leadership, so that every prison land can get a title deed in the shortest time possible. Ongoing engagement between the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and the Ministry for Agriculture and Livestock Development to assist us to mechanize our prison farms, so that we can increase productivity and make use of large tracts of measuring up to 22,000 acres scattered across this country in 121 parcels of land. We believe, Your Excellency, mechanization of our farms will improve production and contribute to the country's quest for national service, especially the staff, continue to face acute shortage of housing and other amenities and infrastructure. Through your leadership, we intend to use the public-private partnership arrangement so that we can attract investors and other partners who can help us modernize our infrastructure and provide dignified housing for our staff, and even the prison facilities can be upgraded through the PPP model, which you have asked us to explore. Again, we'll be presenting to you the request for partnerships for infrastructural development. Your Excellency, finally, this sector The security sector generally continues to improve the terms and conditions and welfare of our staff, and therefore we urge you again to help us even as we try who have been convicted by our courts to make sure they develop and acquire useful skills, and that
other members of the discipline forces present, the Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner General of Prisons, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to preside over this pass-out parade for the Kenya Prisons recruit trainees. It is encouraging to observe training and professional education. This training goes beyond imparting security-related skills, acquiring competencies for discharge of your mandate according to the standards set by the Constitution and international best practice. It is important to note that the Kenya Prison Service has undergone evolutionary transformation from the punitive model of early years. We now have a new paradigm that forms an extension of restorative justice and aims at rehabilitating offenders. As a correctional institution, the focus is now on enabling convicts have a meaningful second chance by imparting or enhancing their abilities to take up their role as positively impactful members of society soon after reintegration. I therefore expect that the trainees graduating today are well equipped to perform their duties under the law, constitutionally aligned correctional model, while remaining vigilant to emerging security challenges. Foremost among these is the reality that our prison facilities now confront the threats arising from radicalization and extremism crimes. The challenge is to keep dangerous elements from harming society and other inmates and rehabilitate them capacity in the entire correctional service community. It also places immense pressure on prison security officers to effectively secure correctional facilities and retain injuries or violence and violation of professional standards. The government of Kenya is committed to performing its role in full to support the Kenya Prison Service in discharging its mandate. To begin with, it is time to undertake a review of the Prisons Act Cap 90 of the laws of Kenya and realize of its disciplined officers. And I undertake that my administration will ensure that we review the law and provide the opportunity for a professional correctional service. And we also and professional skills. I also see a great need to undertake long overdue improvement, expansion, and modernization of prison assets. To do this, we must explore modalities of effecting constitutional